The first thing to watch is, as your previous guest mentioned, is the Southeast. And that I would call that the first hurdle that Trump has to jump over. And then, of course, it's going to go on well past tonight. It's going to be what happens in Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin. So our fearless prediction is that this is going to be a long night. All the incoming data, to me, says, no, this is just not going to be a blue wave. The polls, for a variety of reasons, have just missed it completely. So I think we're going to be in for a count that probably goes through the rest of the week, and then litigation will start.
But Larry, first of all, if the polls are wrong again about some of these key outcomes this year, people keep saying, well, that'll be the death of the polling industry. I don't even know if I believe that. I just think it's, everyone keeps trying to do the best they can do.
Well, they do, I suppose. I think that what we have is a little bit of a herd instinct among the pollsters. If you're an outlier and you're wrong, you're dead. If you're close to the consensus, you're going to be fine, even if you're wrong. The key thing to look for in a poll, and some of the worst polls, although the bigger name polls, bury this, it is the partisan reweighting they do of the raw results. So, for example, I hate to pick on you, but the CNBC poll has partisan skew of 9.
Spare us, please.
Most of the rest of them, YouGov has a partisan of 10. NBC is also, I think it's either 9 or 10. Those they're always possible. I mean, anything is possible. But if you look at other surveys such as Gallup and Pew Research, a much more reasonable number is 4. And so those polls are probably exaggerating 5 to 6 points on the Democrat side just from that one factor. And then there are the uncertainties. We don't know, for example, how many, for want of a better word, deplorables are actually going to turn out this time. And that's really key. Go ahead. Sorry.
Larry, I'm curious because, sure, just because I know we don't have a ton of time here, and I do want to pick up on one point that you made, and it's probably the most critical point for markets right now, and that's, are we going to know? In a state like Pennsylvania, I saw the Times say basically it could look like it's leaning strongly for Trump all night, and yet as they tabulate the absentee ballots and then in the coming period of time, it could go the other way entirely. So, how much do you think investors are really going to have any clear sense by the end of the evening as to the outcome?
Well, it actually goes all different ways. There were plenty of reports that the city of Philadelphia refused to certify Republican poll watchers. So they basically drag it out. And so, the chances for shenanigans are higher. And that works in the other direction. The other factor, and this is why I would be very cautious if I were an investor right now. You've noticed all the boarding up in New York, I'm sure, here in Washington. A group called, I think it's Defend Democracy, with little red splotches on it of where their protests, peaceful or not, are going to be taking place. So the left is really geared up for this one, and you're going to see widespread protests, civil unrest, and I think that is really the worst outcome for the market.
And no matter what, I guess, happens over the prevailing hours of time. Larry, it's always good to check in with you. We'll just have to see what happens tonight and in the coming week.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.